Coach, after watching the tape, what did you think of Bo's first performance this year?
Oh, I thought it was, fine, good. I think, Cortland comes down with that one pass 9 times out of 10. He just missed a little bit on a ball to the flat there that would have been a big play, but I thought overall it was good.
Is it a teaching point? The coach said after the game, the safety there, the attention around.
Yeah, I think preseason's always tricky because in a regular game, we have like 3 periods where we cover all their pressures, and just something that we weren't as prepared for as we should have been. So not a big concern there at all. It's just a pressure we didn't have picked up that I think in a regular season we would have yawned at it and just didn't have it as detailed as we normally do. And that's just the fog and friction of preseason games. You're just going out there running your training camp plays. You're not really game planning against the team and making sure that you have the plays that exactly match what they're doing, and just something that probably we could have done a better job as coaches preparing the guys for, but just happens in preseason.
Well, how often do you find that Bo, when you guys are kind of going to work through film and stuff, has already kind of been his own evaluator?
For sure. Yeah, sometimes even harder on himself than we are on him. So, he's always been like that, and like we keep saying, he's got a lot of experience and has been through the ringer a bunch of times. So, he always knows exactly what happened.
When he's chasing perfection like that, are there times where as a coach you have to balance not being too hard on a guy for every little mistake, remembering he's still only a second-year quarterback, so he can still play free and not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he really made any mistakes in that game. It was just, he's he's hard on himself. He works hard, and that's really, as a coach, the things you get mad at is if someone's not putting in the preparation and working hard enough, and that's never an issue with him. So it's just adults talking to each other and trying to get better.
How difficult Coach Payton used the word difficult, so I'll ask you, how difficult is it sorting out this running back situation, because you've got so much depth at that spot?
Yeah, I think we got a bunch of guys that are really good, so it is difficult, but it's a good problem to have. I think we like every single guy in that room, and it's still some time. We still have some time to figure it out. So those guys are competing hard, and they're doing a good job. I think it's important. You got to make sure you have at least a couple guys that are good at it, and we think we got more than that. But the younger guys, there's a physical ability to being able to do it, and then there's the mental of all right, when we get this look, this is where your eyes are. All right, you got to pay attention to who the offensive line's blocking. You got to check these guys. So there's a lot of mental work that goes into it. And that's where, some of the younger guys, that they've got the physical ability to hold up and block people, and you just want to make sure their eyes are right and they're getting to the right spot and blocking the right people. And then you got some veterans that are used to it, and you've got a little more confidence that they're already there. So it's an important thing. I think you get a couple guys in the boat that are good at it, and once you do that, then the rest of them are kind of competing with how they run the ball and catch the ball, and whether they're making progress in the protection.
There's obviously it's a big jump across the board from college, but is that, for a running back, is that one of the tougher?
Yeah.
The protection?
Yeah, for sure. Depending on what program they come from, some guys you watch and they're really involved in protection, and you can tell that they've been, coached to do what we're asking them to do, and other guys are not asked to do a lot. They might have it in their body, it just hadn't been something they've been asked to do. So I think a lot of it depends what program they're coming from. But it's definitely a jump.
What do you think about R.J. Darby's game, specifically some of the bounces to the outside?
Yeah, solid. He's been doing it all camp. There are times maybe where he bounces it where you wish he hadn't, but usually he outruns everybody, so it works out. But he's coming along doing a really good job, and I think he'll just keep getting better.